Paul Bell has arrived. He's settled in. He's tuned his guitar. He's got his breath back. He's got.
Oh, only just.
Still coughing.
Only just.
And he's got a live album. The live album's called Naming Lights. Paul Bell live in Sheffield. You're from Sheffield?
Yes, I am.
So in front of a home crowd.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're not going to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah,
when you're doing these live things. So yeah, it was just around the corner from my house. It was very nice.
What's it? So
a nice, intimate evening.
Could you walk to the gig? Or
oh, I did.
Did you walk to the gig?
Yes,
wow.
absolutely.
So even kind of ecologically friendly live recording.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
In a pair of bamboo shoes.
No.
They're not quite that ecologically friendly, sadly, but yeah, it was a good evening. We had a great night.
No, that's good. So tell us a little bit about yourself. For people who don't know you, I know you as a session guitarist amongst other things.
Yeah, I do all sorts of things really. I've done some kind of session work, mainly over at a studio in Lincoln called DB Studios, working with a lot of sort of unsigned people, but a few more widely known people like Chris Bowater and Godfrey Birtle, those kind of people, and play at the Grapevine celebration every year in Lincoln. I like to play some stuff there, which is always good. But been writing songs ever since sort of I was 8 really. Hopefully they've got a little bit better.
Can you remember the first songs, any of the first songs that you wrote?
Yeah, there was a song called Glittering Bluebells.
How did that go?
Was very, very powerful, life-changing song.
Could you play
I could do a little bit. I think I've done this on your show before actually, so I'm trying to remember.
I remember this.
Or
okay.
There was one called There Was an Old Man.
There Was an Old Man, okay, yeah.
A bit of There Was an Old Man, because
yeah,
we had Glittering Bluebells last time, so
that.
perhaps the second song we had. Obviously, it may not be in my range because my voice is broken since I wrote this one.
So how old were you when you wrote this?
I don't know. There's a tape of songs in my house called Paul Bell, aged 8,
right, okay.
which I sent to the legendary Ishmael.
Right.
Which he wrote back to me very kindly to say listen to the tape and he'd enjoyed it, and the guys in his band who then went on to be in Delirious had enjoyed it. So I like to think that I've had a small influence on the Delirious sound and played a small part in their journey as well.
Yeah.
But that's probably not true. But anyway, There Was an Old Man.
Yeah.
There was an old man who lived by the water. He built his house on the sand. And one day a storm came and blew on his house. Now he's got no little house. Now he's got no little house. There we are, the parable of the man who built his house on the rock, the man who built his house on the sand there, expressed through the medium of song.
As an 8-year-old, it's amazing that Ishmael didn't actually do a cover of it. Decided to sing it on one of his albums. Well, it sounds like it would have fitted.
It may have gone all right. I don't know, but
you never know. Your whole life could have been completely different.
Yeah, exactly. The royalties for that could have been paying my mortgage ever since.
Yes,
but it wasn't to be.
No, it wasn't.
But there we go. But yeah, so I've been writing songs ever since then, really, and getting into it really.
Is this how you make a living, or do you have another job as well?
I kind of live an amazing double life, like Fat Banana.
Yeah.
No. So sometimes I earn my living making websites. I'm a web designer. Check out my business website, boilerroomdigital.co.uk, if you need a website.
Yeah.
I will make you one.
Shameless plug.
Yeah, exactly. Well, why ever not? Why ever not?
While you're here, you've got to do it.
Yeah, I did run a bit fast on the way here. I'm a bit knackered. Anyway, yes. So yeah, that's kind of. Sometimes I describe that as my tent making. Paul in the Bible did a bit of tent making to pay the bills. Yeah. So I don't actually make tents, but I make websites, which perhaps is what Paul would have done had he been around in the age of the internet. I don't know. With wireless broadband, yeah.
Yeah, with a laptop and stuff, you could do it anywhere you happen to be.
Yeah, exactly. So that works really nicely. So I can take on gigs when they come up and sessions when they come up, because I run my own business, and so sometimes it's more gigs, sometimes it's more websites. It varies really.
Well, before we go any further, would you like to sing us a grown-up song?
I could sing you a grown-up song, although arguably it's not as grown-up as the one I just did. This is a song I wrote for my wife. Right. She wasn't my wife at the time, but she challenged me. She said, "Paul, I feel the need for biscuits." And I said to her, "That sounds like a line from a song," which of course it didn't. at all. But the challenge was set. I had to write this song, The Need For Biscuits. And so normally when I do this live, I like to suggest that when I mention your favourite biscuit during the song, you have to let out a whoop of enthusiasm and appreciation.
Right.
So if you're listening at home, perhaps you'd still like to do that. I obviously won't be able to hear it, but I'll be with you in spirit. So this is called The Need For Biscuits. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you find it as beautiful and moving as I do. Here we go. When I feel the need for biscuits, I reach for my biscuit tin. I gently peel back the lid and I reach right in. Oh yeah. I find that it is empty with only crumbs inside. I'll open a new packet, but I just can't decide. I think we've all been there. There's Garibaldi and fig rolls too. Bourbons are tasty but not too good for you. The chocolate digestives are the stuff of dreams. Strangely some prefer the custard creams. Well, there's hobnobs and biscuits of that ilk, the one with the cows on the malted milk. And there's a thought with me that often lingers. I could eat a whole packet of chocolate fingers. Well, of party rings and pink wafers I must take account, but as the name suggests, Jaffa cakes just don't count. And the Penguin and the Jacobs Club deserve to be clapped for. These lovely biscuits are individually wrapped. Well, there's something that's always puzzled me, the enduring popularity of the rich tea. Ugh. There's a biscuit that is loved by all, from babies to codgers, the family favourite, the jammy dodgers. But when my supply is exhausted and my cupboard almost bare, I find my mood is changing to one of despair. Best get myself out there before the shop shuts and buy myself a packet of ginger nuts.
Yay.
There we are.
Poor Belle.
Powerful message.
In need of biscuits. Which biscuits do you? What's your first choice biscuit then? If you're
well, I do enjoy the chocolate fingers, as I mentioned. Or the chocolate digestives. You may be able to spot a theme here.
Yeah.
Chocolate. I went to someone's engagement party the other day, and they had party rings. And I thought that is a joy to behold. I enjoy the party ring in all its forms.
You see, as you heard from the whoop, I'm a custard cream.
Custard cream fan.
You see, it's about how you eat custard creams. It's the way you kind of nibble around the edges of them is part of the enjoyment of them.
That is good. Or they're actually quite good. I love the kind of Art Deco styling of the custard cream as well. Perhaps you get a wax crayon, piece of paper, do a rubbing.
You could do rubbing
before you eat it.
Yeah.
The possibilities are literally those two.
And they're kind of historic as well, because they've kind of got that Art Deco thing, and they haven't really changed in design.
They have stood the test of time.
They have, yeah. And apparently, some survey said they were the most popular biscuits in the UK, ahead of the chocolate digestive, surprisingly.